Here's a little life science for you today. Out in the cold, snowshoe hares turn brown in the winter to blend in with the snow. Can they survive if that snow disappears? Let's look at that snow hare. Snow hares don't have match their surroundings are easy for predators to spot. There you go. There's the difference between a summer snow hare and a winter snow hare. Brown helps the hare blend in with the forest floor. Winter, the hare fur turns white to help them hide in the snow. Words we're going to need to know. Camouflage. Body shape or coloring that conceals an animal. Molting, shedding hair, feathers, or a shell. Population. A group of animals or plants of the same species living in one place. Adaptation. A change in the body or behavior of a species over many generations, making it better to be able to survive. Genes, molecules inside cells that are passed from parent to offspring and determine an organism's trait. There we go. On a cold winter day, a snowshoe hare hops through a Montana forest. Suddenly, it hears a noise that sounds like a predator. The hare freezes. If it sits perfectly still, the predator might not see it and go away. Weeks ago, the hare shed its brown summer coat and grew white fur. The color acts as camouflage, hiding the hare in the snow. But there's a problem. Winter has been warmer than usual this year. There isn't any snow on the ground, and the hare is perfectly visible. Snow hares are facing the problem more often in recent years than the average. Global temperatures have been increasing. Many areas received less snow than they did once before. As a result, more and more hares do not match their surroundings, says Scott Mills, a biologist at the University of Montana. Mills is studying snow hares and the northern animals that turn white in the winter. His big question? Here's his scientific question. As the climate warms and the snow becomes scarier, can these animals survive? Snowy skies. Snowshoe hares live in the forests across the northern U.S. and Canada. We'll look at where they live when I turn the page. There's a food source for many animals such as owls, coyotes, and bobcats. We call them the candy bars of the forest, says Mills. In the summer, brown coats help the hares blend in the forest floor. As winter approaches, the changing amount of sunlight triggers a process inside the hare's body. They're beginning molting or changing colors. First, the tip of the hare's ears and nose, their color followed by its back and shoulders. After about 6 weeks, the animal is all white, but snow is falling less often and melting more quickly in the areas where hares live. That makes the animal easy to spot. It's like a white light bulb sitting on a brown carpet, says Mills. Predators have such an easier time catching prey that stand out. Mills and the other scientists recently tackled snow hares in Montana. They found the hares that didn't match the environment were less likely to survive in winter. In some areas, such as in parts of Wisconsin, snow hares' population are shrinking. So here's a picture of a student studying biologist Scott Mills releasing a hare after studying it. There's a radio collar allowing scientists to track in the wild hares. Here is your map, which is a great text feature. And it says snow hares live in the northeastern U.S. and Canada. This map shows that the hares' winter colors in different parts of their range. So you'll see the blue is what the key says, white hares. Both white and brown is in the green, and red is brown hares. So obviously where the red is where it's warmer temperatures. Scientists want to protect places where white hare and brown hares mix together. Based on the map, which areas should they choose? Winter coats. Snow hares aren't the only animals that turn white in the winter. Arctic fox grow white fur to hide from predators like golden eagles. The color also helps them sneak up on lemmings and others' prey. Some species of lemmings, weasels, and caribou also make the seasonal switch. In a world without snow, white winter coloring can all have deadly consequences for all these animals, and when one species disappears from the area, many others are affected. If prey animals become scarce, predators may go hungry. Without predators, prey population can grow out of control. Let's take a picture or look at the color changers. Here is a caribou. You'll notice that it says prairie caribou live in North Canada and Greenland. They grow white fur in the winter to hide predators like wolves. Here's an Arctic fox. These small foxes live in frozen tundra. White camouflage helps them sneak up lemmings and other prey. A long-tailed weasel. In the northern U.S. and Canada, these animals grow white coats to avoid the notice by both predators and prey. And white-tailed partheniums. These are the only birds that turn white for winter. The color hides them from eagles hunting. Costume change. Despite these threats, the scientists have hope for the color-changing animals. In January 2014, biologist Laura Gigliotti was tracking snow hares in Pennsylvania. She expected the hares to have completely white furs. She was surprised to spot some hares that were partly or completely brown. Scientists think that skipping the color change is an adaptation. Over many generations, some hares may become browner to help them survive in areas with patchy snows. That's good news for the entire Mills species, says Mills, if the brown hares survive. Better than white ones, they'll pass genes for staying brown to their offsprings. Over time, more and more hares will stay brown year-round. To make sure that happens, Mills wants to conserve areas where the brown and white hares mix. By protecting those hares from humans developing, people can boost the odds of the color-changing animals will adapt to climate change. It's a hopeful part of the story, says Mills.